Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of June 20th. If we haven't met yet, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If that's something you're into, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot de Marseille with Red Jasper, the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Lapis Lazuli, and the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Tiger's Eye. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. Pick one of each, and you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are in the description below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, happy summer solstice. The Page of Cups flipped over while I was shuffling your decks, so we'll see if that has any relevance at all. And we have the Devil coming right out of the gate. Not necessarily a... it's funny, the Devil and the Justice card are very interesting cards to come out at the beginning of your reading. I don't have enough information to make a proper read, so I'll just flip everything over all at once. And is that well framed for you? Yes, it is. All right, give me a second, group 1. Yeah, you clearly have a choice to make this week. What is giving me this impression is the 2 of Swords here, and both these court cards are looking at it. So it's almost as if on one hand, there's like a pattern or something that you're, whatever choice that you have to make, there is a pattern that you are tempted to either continue or to break, basically the balance between the chains of the devil and the righteous balance of justice. And the funny thing is, this balance that I'm alluding to is also playing out in the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups here, because you know, swords is the realm of thoughts and words, and there's a very nurturing energy to queens in general. So to have the queen the queen is behind the knight, who is like trying to bring adventure to the world and whatnot. And they're both looking at this choice that you have to make. This is a really interesting reading. What I would say, there is, how can I say this? I think there is, I wouldn't be so quick to make this decision, first of all, because there are a lot of tricky energies at play. And given the vibe that I'm getting from these cards, it might be difficult to distinguish truth from falsehood. And that would be a key thing to distinguish in a situation like this one. So, yeah, I would double check all your assumptions about the situation. I think that there might be someone, how can I say this? Okay, if I'm right about this hunch, I'm just going to go all in, and hopefully this will help someone. So there might be someone in your network who is kind of the communications hub for all the ins and outs of whatever network of people you hang around in, and that person might be a good resource to turn to for that extra clarity that you need to make the right choice. I am absolutely alluding to the Queen of Swords here. So whatever the Queen of Swords energy represents for you, it's not necessarily a woman, but it's someone who's, I'm getting the feeling that this is someone who's in the inner circle of whatever network of people we're dealing with. So it is interesting to have the Six of Swords at the bottom of your deck. So that does give this vibe, this back feeling of you can't possibly lose. I wouldn't lean too much into this because this is at the bottom of your deck. The cross itself definitely indicates like tricky energy to navigate here. Let me pull a clarification card here. And we have the King of Wands. He is looking at the Justice card. So here's the thing, though, and it's kind of obvious that if we're tempted between the energy of the Devil card and the energy of the Justice card, the desire to lean towards justice is obvious, and dare I say universal. So that's not really what's in question here. So I think that I'm trying to see here. I just alluded to whoever the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords. I just alluded to the fact that the Queen of Swords might be a person in your network, and I'm drawn to believe that the King of Wands also is. So just give me a second to process this group one. Just before I proceed, I just want to remind you, I've said this a couple times that my relationship with the tarot has changed recently, and the deck that's most heavily impacted by this is the Tarot de Marseille. And on top of that, court cards in general. So when I'm drawing a lot of court cards in the Tarot de Marseille, the Page of Cups also flipped over while I was shuffling. It's a little difficult for me to navigate, but here's what I have. I'm not sure which of these energies is you and which of these energies is someone else. The Queen of Swords and the King of Wands might be the same person. They might not be. So what I will say as a guiding force to help you in making this choice that you have to make this week, I would say that there is this inner circle person who's like probably in the know, who knows all the ins and outs of things that are being communicated throughout your network. And there's also a very wise person who can definitely be a good asset in determining, dissecting right from wrong, not true from false. I mean, right from wrong in the moral sense. Someone with a strong moral compass. I'm not like the strong moral compass. I'm not getting from the King of Wands per se. I'm getting from the fact that he's looking at the Justice card, and I pulled him as a clarification card. So, if these are two different people, and one of these might be you, that is also possible. Absolutely, you could also be the Page of Cups that flipped over while I was shuffling. But hey, yeah, I cannot really make this distinction here. But the bottom line is, the people who can best help you make your decision. There is the communications hub for your network, and also someone with a strong moral compass who can help you discern right from wrong, because whatever pattern that you're being drawn to, I would wager that it is not in the best service of what is right. So you would like to keep that in mind. But ultimately, I think that you're well surrounded, that's for sure. And if all of these energies are you, then Jesus, good for you. I'm a little jealous. But that being said, I will thank you for your reading. Group 1, please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. All right, group 2, happy summer solstice week to you. We will see what the cards have to tell you for this week. Ooh, the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups reversed. Almost perfectly framed right out of the gate. That's nice. So a lot of emotional energy. That's interesting. I don't get the Hierophant a lot, and the Hierophant in general is a card that I've had difficulty connecting to, like in general, through for as long as I've been doing tarot. So it's interesting to see him come up in reverse. Yeah, and as a result of my relationship with the Hierophant card, I tend to rely on the general keywords that we hear with the Hierophant, like tradition, teacher, sometimes marriage, and things like that. So let me flip over the middle card, which is the Five of Cups reversed with the Eight of Wands reversed at the bottom of your deck. So the only upright card in your whole reading is the Two of Cups at the top. So give me a second, group two, and I will see what I can stitch together for you. All right, group two, whatever this opportunity in the material realm is, whatever went wrong, whether something glitched or it's going to come up later than you would like, it's knocking someone off their kilter. And I don't know. I don't know if the person being knocked off is you or if it's someone else. What's making me unsure is this Two of Cups at the top. So the role that I see this Two of Cups playing in this reading as a whole is to be that emotional support for this person, because someone I'm reading this Five of Cups energy as being particularly intense because it's reversed, and I think that in it's almost as if when whatever went wrong with this ace went wrong, it kind of knocked you off your kilter, and you kind of lost track of the basics. What's giving me this impression is the is a combination of two things: the Hierophant, which is a card of tradition, and we've always done it this way. It could be a coach or a teacher, and a saying that I say a lot about almost anything is always focus on the basics, always focus on the fundamentals. If you've heard me use boxing as an analogy before, I often talk about just throwing a decent jab and how a good jab is the an important element of a good boxer's repertoire, and that it's being that it's in reverse is kind of an indication that you're kind of losing track of the fundamentals, which is why I went on this whole rant. So what I would say for you, group two, if you're the person who's been knocked off kilter, also reinforced by the Page of Cups reverse here, I would encourage you to find someone that you trust, that you can confide in, and that you can go for guidance. This is what's being offered by the Two of Cups. This would be a very good time to go back to this person. It could also, the person could also be the coach slash mentor energy represented by the Hierophant. That is also a possibility. And it could be the coach slash mentor who is knocked off center. But what I'm getting more is if the person that you should go to for emotional support is this Hierophant energy, then the reversal would be a block in your relationship with that person, not necessarily with the person per se. So what I will tell you, group two, is that this too shall pass. And you don't have to go through this alone. The community aspect of the Hierophant is present here. So there are people around you who can help you, and there's one in particular who would be particularly useful to you. And if you could connect with this person, some real magic could happen, so to speak. And of course, if you are this guiding energy for someone near you who's been knocked off of their game, then I would encourage you to really be there for that person because they need you, Of course, this is a weekly reading, so I'm like, even if I get like a disaster catastrophic reading in one of these, it's a weekly reading. So, sometimes people have bad weeks. And it's a thing that happens. So yeah, don't let this get you down, group two. And I was convinced I was not going to pull an advice card, but I got suddenly compelled to. So let me see. Ooh, okay. So there's, First of all, I forgot to mention this before. You have two fives here, so if like 555 or something like that means something to you, you might want to look it up. I never really care about that stuff, which is why I always forget to mention it. But there's definitely an aspect of change here. And speaking of change, I see an unhealthy relationship with the past, which might be influencing what is going on for the person in need of help, of support. So, to this person in need of support, whether it's you or the person in that you're near, that you're being invited to be there for, I just want to say that the past doesn't equate the future, and just because things like this have gone wrong in the past, maybe this is the 50th time an opportunity like this could go wrong. It doesn't mean that it's not worth taking a 51st attempt, something that I hear in the self-help slash motivational audios that I often listen to is you only need to be right once. This story is a meme, but it's because it's been told so often, but I'm going to tell it anyway. The story of Thomas Edison trying to invent the incandescent light bulb, when he failed supposedly 10,000 times, and when asked about it, he said, "Hey, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways it didn't work." And maybe this ace of coins reversed is just, the 500th way that you found that it didn't work. And there's value to that too. So whether the person in need is you watching this or the person that you're being invited to be emotional support for, that's something to keep in mind. So with that, I will invite you to please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. Thank you so much, Group 2. All right, Group 3, there's something you should know. First of all, happy solstice week. Second of all, the Seven of Wands jumped out twice while I was shuffling your deck. So if it comes out in your reading too, I'm going to put a lot of weight on it. But that being said, let us see what the week has in store for you. It would be super funny if the Seven of Wands was the first card, and it's not. Okay, so we have... Well, it's good to have the Justice card upright. I don't have enough to go on, so I'm going to keep going here. King of Coins. Oh, okay, so the Moon card gives some clarification on these two reversals here, because the Moon card is kind of like having to navigate a situation by night, and that can be scary and can give you a feeling that you, how can I say this? A feeling that you can't move forward. I'm talking about this card, or like a block from your feeling of abundance and things like that. Now, it would be hilarious if the Seven of Wands was in the middle of your cross, and it is not. Okay, so again, it did jump out twice, so I'm kind of it's an honorary member of this cross, so to speak. One thing is for sure. I said one thing is for sure just before not being sure what to say, so just give me a second, Group 3. Okay, the word initiation just popped into my head. What's giving me this impression is the High Priestess at the bottom of your deck and the Moon card here. So following that direction, it's like when you suddenly find yourself at a new level of awareness or a new level of competence or something like that. There could be like a scary period where you're adjusting yourself, and I would encourage you to go forward anyway. There might be, how can I say this? You don't need to put so much pressure on yourself to perform at your best right now. You're flying by night here, and there are a lot of things going bump in the night, kind of knocking you off your game. However, I don't know why, but I'm almost reading this Justice card as if you're the one sitting on this throne, holding the sword of truth in one hand and the scales of balance or scales of justice or whatever in the other hand, and it's like you have you have more, your ability to navigate through the choices that you have to make this week is higher and better than you realize. And what's giving me that impression is the High Priestess and the Justice card combined. So there is, inner truth that is available to you that you might think that you don't because of all the things going bump in the night. I'm reminded. I used this metaphor recently. Also, the black forest, with a bunch of glowing eyes everywhere. It can be very intimidating to have to go through that forest, and I have a feeling that that is what you are going through now, and you would be surprised at the ability with which, like, if one of those glowy sets of eyes actually turned into a monster and came at you, that you could, like, Japanese style, like, do the quick draw and fucking slay that monster and cut it down and sheathe your sword again in the flash of an eye, and you'd surprise yourself at how quickly and easily you could do that, because it's funny, all the minor arcana cards are reversed, but all the major arcana cards are upright. There's a lot of this gives me a strong sense of, for lack of a better word, destiny. I hate using that word, especially in the context of this reading, but I can't think of another one. It's kind of like you're at this stage. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the first word, initiation. This initiation process, or this new level that you're performing at, can make you feel like you're unprepared. But I would invite you to trust yourself that you are. Yeah, I'm. You can't see it, but what I just did right now is I was reading the Seven of Wands that jumped out twice while I was shuffling, which plays nicely into this spread. So you might feel like you are thrust into this process, which is totally understandable given, you have three major arcana cards here. So there's a lot of like major forces at play given, scale that down to a weekly reading, but you get what I mean, hopefully. So yeah, like, you might feel that you're trapped, but you're definitely not, and you have more awareness to really build something good this week. So just tap into this and don't put so much pressure on yourself to perform at this elite level that quickly. It's okay. And the funny thing is, I think that if you just let go of your need to perform perfectly, that would increase your level of performance, So yeah, honestly, I have absolutely no need to pull another card. You're more capable than you know, but it's totally understandable that you don't agree with me. You will be surprised at how well you navigate this week, Group 3. So with that, please stay tuned for your Oracle card reading coming up right now. Okay, let's see what we got. This should be a little lower, like that. All right. Group A, your card is Keeping Still. This is I Ching hexagram number 52. And the keywords are meditation, self-renewal, composure, detachment, self-acceptance, equanimity, serenity. Holy shit. Group 3, if you also pick Group A, this is clear reinforcement. Now, speaking to everyone, this is speaking to me as a week to what word am I trying to, self-renewal and detachment. So what a phrase that I hear a lot in the audios that I listen to is, in life you have to care, but not that much. And it's okay to care, but this week is would be a good week to practice, like, just being okay with, this is going to sound counterintuitive, but just be okay with not being your best. and just have fun and enjoy it and enjoy the regenerative process of just, going along merrily on your way. Yeah, what other keywords are there here? Self acceptance and equanimity. So yeah, be gentle with yourself, and like do when I say go along merrily in your week, this could also mean doing the things that you do to replenish yourself that you may or may not have been doing. If whether you have or haven't been doing them recently, this is an invitation to do those things and to self regenerate, so to speak. Yeah, very similar vibes to the star card in that regard. But regardless, that is your card. Group B, your card is Neptune, Vision. Okay, so I would say, I don't know why this phrase popped into my mind. Uh, it's kind of a double-edged warning, this sentence. It's okay to have a big dream, but you can't live in a dream world. And the reason that this popped into my mind is because, first of all, Neptune, the clarifying word is vision here, but Neptune is very dreamy energy. Yeah, and I think Neptune is in Pisces right now, so it's it's funny. You can be tempted by the vision, by this big vision, and it's okay. It's even okay if that vision isn't realistic. But what's less okay is if your vision isn't realistic, but you think it is. That's a tricky situation. So for some of those readings, this is a reinforcement of the warnings that I gave you during those readings. But what I would tell you, Group B, is that you can strive for something big, and I would use that for as motivation, and to just ask yourself, what tangible steps can what tangible steps can I take to make that vision a reality? Group C, your card is Ideation. I have not pulled this card ever, and I don't remember what it says in the booklet, but I will rely on the color of it. So, okay, what I'm getting from this is to make a decision and go for it, and to really focus on it. What's giving me this impression is the little star in the middle of a circle, like amongst all this noise, so to speak. You're kind of like picking out this idea and going for it. So I would take this as a green light to be bold. The reason, what's giving me that idea is the color of this card is kind of a reddish orange. So that is definitely that definitely gives a vibe of, being assertive and just going after it with a sense of optimism too. So yeah, just pick your target and go after it, Group C. Group D, your card is Enthusiasm. This is the sun in Sagittarius. This is cool. Let me see what this card is here. It's like an angel flying into the night. You know what? I'll say this. Enthusiasm is contagious. And I think that if allow yourself to have fun, and allow yourself, when you're enjoying yourself and happy this week, I would encourage you to really lean into that. And the fact that enthusiasm can be contagious is an asset that you can yield as you go flying into the heavens, to spread the good word, so to speak. Yeah, speaking of spreading the good word, there are... Oh, wait. Well, you know what? That I misread it is also interesting. So these flower patterns at the top here, I thought that they were angels blowing trumpets, but that is also a sign. So yeah, let your joy be a magnet that will draw you to what you want, and that will draw things that you want to you. Just go out there and be happy, Group D. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I hope you have a great week. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.